On paper, The Calendar Killer has all the ingredients to be a killer adaptation. The book it's based on has been well received, there's a distinct ticking clock mechanic to ramp up the tension, and the sharp 90-minute runtime allows you to get in and out without dragging the screenplay unnecessarily. This is a surefire hit, right? Well, no. Unfortunately, The Calendar Killer is a movie that slips up where it matters most. This is a thriller that's not particularly thrilling until the final act, and a mystery that's not really a mystery, given you'll figure out who the killer is after the first 15 minutes. What we're left with then is a movie that takes its sweet time to catch up to its audience, but does so with a bunch of contrived scenarios, thrown together and interwoven with an admittedly poignant and well delivered tale about domestic abuse and mental health. The characters at least do well in their roles, but The Calendar Killer's story is your typical boilerplate thriller scenario. At the centre of this is Clara, who's going to die unless she kills her husband, Martin, instead. She awakens to find this ominous message scrawled on the wall confirming as much, and she hurriedly leaves the building for safe refuge. You see, the Calendar Killer is on the loose again, and after a string of unresolved murders, Clara's life is firmly in the palm of this killer's hands. When Jules starts his night shift at a telephone safety helpline for lonely women on their way home, Clara manages to get through to him. As fate would have it, Jules soon becomes her last hope for survival and races against time to try and save her. Along the way, the plot jumps back and forth between these two characters, and the opening scenes in particular are so poorly done. I understand that director Adolfo Comera intends to foreshadow events later on in the movie, but the camera lingers over crucial clues here so much that you'll almost immediately figure out what's going on. With a thriller like this, it also doesn't help that the ensemble is reduced to a handful of characters. This really limits down the number of potential killers we're working with, and there aren't anywhere near enough secondary characters in the background to make you guess and turn this into a proper whodunit. Where the movie is a bit stronger, however, is in the way it tackles themes of domestic violence, which it tackles in a pretty respectful way. The film clearly wants to show how deep-rooted abuse can be and how damaging it can be to women in particular. This definitely shows in the way the film is being constructed, and Louise Hayer in particular puts on an excellent performance as Clara. Across the movie, we do learn more about her backstory and what led Clara to her position, and in particular her conflicting ties with Partin Martin. There are some pretty good quotes thrown in along the way, including Clara mentioning how hell is sometimes a disguised paradise, which sums up moments from her own past in such a poetically tragic way. There are little moments like this dotted throughout the movie, but unfortunately nowhere near enough to pick this up from the middling mediocrity this seems content to indulge itself in. The screenplay, at best, is cliched and tropey, and its worst is pondering and predictable. There's really not a whole lot here that the film does that helps it stand out, and even with its strong themes, the modern remake of The Invisible Man did a far better job of capturing this, and that at least had a compelling mystery at its heart. It's a shame because The Calendar Killer definitely has potential. It's not an awful film by any stretch of the imagination, but it's also lacking in many areas. The acting is the one saving grace in this, but that's not enough to save what's otherwise a dated, predictable, and unoriginal thriller. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.